A couple things for you looking to next year. Coaching. They do get rid of Stefanski. I'm keeping Jim Schwartz, making him head coach. Give the offense to Tommy Reese. He's supposed to be this genius coming up through the ranks as an offensive guru. Let's see what the kids got. As far as the quarterback, we're sitting at number one. I'm trading back a few spots, getting the King's ransom, giving Shador a whole offseason, a full training camp, and starting week one. He's the answer. I believe he is. And if we do draft a quarterback, he's just going to get pounded into the ground. We need a lot more than a quarterback now. All right, Dave. Love you, brother. You and the family be safe as always. I'll be in touch.
As always, appreciate all of the voicemails. Pete, we've talked about the quarterback, and we can talk about it a little bit more. Relative to the coach, what are your thoughts about the Browns coach-GM combo? Do you think they're coming back? I mean, is it still to be determined?
I still think they're going to come back. I mean, look, 6 wins in 2 years, the Deshaun Watson debacle, you know, you don't need to make a case to fire these guys. It's justifiable. You can move on if you want. But the sentiment in that voicemail is one I've seen a lot, which is really strange to me, that you're like, well, I don't want to lose all these coaches, but I want to change that coach. And I think the reality is most people really don't want to change anything. They just want what they have to be a whole lot better, which I totally understand. But it's not realistic to sort of be like, let's just get rid of Kevin Stefanski and keep everything else. Look, I think Jim Schwartz is a good defensive coordinator. I do not think he's cut out to be a head coach. His style is very difficult on his players, and that's great for the defense. You know, I think that's really positive. But I don't also think Kevin Stefanski is really good for Tommy Reese, who's an extremely young coach. And I like Tommy Reese. I think this is a good setup for him. But I think Kevin Stefanski is really valuable for him in that standpoint. And there's a whole lot of other assistants I don't want to see leave the building either. Jacques Césaire, Ephraim Bandit, Jason Tarver. These are good coaches on the defensive side of the ball. Deuce Staley seems to be doing a good job. The tight ends coach they brought in this year seems to be doing great for Harold Fandon. Harold Fandon is currently tied for 5th in the league in receiving yards by a tight end. He just broke Ozzie Newsome's record as a rookie. He's 21 years old. This is sort of what we are dealing with. So, I mean, like, you can sit there and they can absolutely fire Stefanski, but I've said this before. I'm terrified that we're going to be back in 2 years talking about, man, we wish we didn't fire Stefanski, and not unlike the Tennessee Titans are sitting there going, man, I wish we didn't fire Mike Vrabel.